Okay, hi everybody.
Hello.
Thanks for coming today. My name is John Hensler. I'm the trail manager for the Michigan Airline Trail. Thanks so much for coming out today and braving, well, it's Michigan weather, so what are you going to do? So, this is the first of several anticipated ribbon cuttings for this trail. But the other ones would not be able to take place if this one didn't take place first, because this is the one celebrating the acquisition of the trail property, the purchase of the trail property from the railroad. So this is the first step. We'll probably have when the bridge is done, we'll have a ribbon cutting there. We'll probably, when we get the trail surfaced, we'll have a ribbon cutting there. If the depot gets done, we'll have a ribbon cutting there. So maybe if you have a punch card, you'll have, one for all four of you. So, when the trail is fully developed, we look forward to its use among folks all over Southeast Michigan, Oakland County, and even parts further away, but most importantly, the folks who live in these three communities. It's going to be, I want people to use it for, local residents who will use it for recreation, for a workout, taking the dog out for a stroll, even commuting, as some people use it right now for commuting, and that's a great resource too. So, and also even using it to go to school, so it'll be important. So, but I've only been the trail manager for about a year, so I'm really not I'm not responsible for all this stuff. This process has been going on for the last 7 years. And there are many people here whose contribution to the Airline Trail is just as meaningful, if not more so, than the current Trail Council members. Those people include Kathleen Jackson, the trail manager before me, Tom Zoner, former Commerce Township supervisor, and many other Trail Council members, including John Ausenack, who's here, Dennis Witt, Tony Nowicki, Janet Bushy, Bill Roberts, Mike Dornan, and a lot of others that I'm very likely forgetting or missing. I'd also like to acknowledge Phil Atkinson and Judy Leppick, whose legal counsel helped shepherd this thing through over the last 7 years, and that's been a great contribution. And also Kristen Wilfang from Oakland County, who is from Oakland County Economic Development and Planning, who's been a great trail advocate and continues to be a great trail advocate, not only for our trail, but all the trails in Oakland County, and she's a great resource to have around. Is Nancy here yet? Nancy Croupiers? Okay, Nancy Croupiers is planning on being here. She might be a little late, but she is the executive director of the Michigan Trails and Greenways Alliance, and tomorrow is her last day. She's retiring, and so hopefully this will be her final trail event, and she'll be hopefully spending her retirement exploring the trails, the many trails that make Michigan the best trail state in the country. So our current trail members, council members, are Colleen Coogan from Walled Lake. Colleen's over there. Say hi, Colleen. David Scott from Commerce Township. Okay, and Deanna McGee from Deanna's in the back there.
Really tall one.
And Wixom set up all this stuff, you guys, including these amazing cookies and everything else. So a big thanks to Wixom for doing what they did today. That's really cool. We really appreciate it. We also got Andrea LaFontaine from the Department of Natural Resources, who's going to speak in a little bit, but I'm going to let David Scott say a few words on behalf of the Trail Council, and then we'll kind of get this thing going. What we're going to do is, after we do some speaking, we're going to walk out to the trail, do the actual ribbon cutting, and a couple photo ops out there. So, thanks, guys.
Well, let me tell you, Wixom has set the bar very, very high for starting us off with this presentation of snacks, food, friends, family, and members of the community. Thank you all for coming out. Clearly, all of you that were here involved in this since its inception, I have to, without a doubt, thank Wixom, because much of this could not have started had Wixom not been the stepping forward applicant for grants and for the funding that allow us to get to the point where we can own this property. As a neighbor, nothing's better than to have this park, this green space, this trailway that will allow us to traverse all three of these communities, to share businesses, time together, time with our families, recreating green space and park space where, not that long ago when I started as a police officer in 1979, it was a misdemeanor if you're caught walking on that trail. Railroad trespass. So, you know, I mean, I can't thank all of you enough. I can't thank the community and the people who weren't able to make it, who really were a real big part of this from its inception. The sky's the limit. There's nothing that we can't do on this trail. There's people who are very, very involved and have great dreams of where this can take us eventually. The Department of Natural Resources, you know, will show you that this is just a handshake away of linking to the Great Lakes. You're going to be able to do things and go places. This, if you will, Walled Lake, Wixom, and Commerce Township is going to be a destination where people are going to come to this location just so they can bike, hike, and participate on this new stretch of Trailway. Our neighbors to the east with West Bloomfield and further are eager that their citizens are going to have the ability to cross the road and continue on their runs, continue on their rides, to be able to get into Walled Lake, you know, to get to the Dairy Queen, to make it, if you haven't introduced yourself yet down to Drafting Table Brewery, I would suggest you go down there and tell them you were here today. I'm told that there's a benefit to that. See how it works out. But clearly, we can't give enough credit, whether it's those of us locally, the state, the Department of Natural Resources, the representatives, the senators. This project has outlasted a lot of people. There are few that have lasted as long and are there all together. Clearly, thank you all, and enjoy this trail. Please, if you have the opportunity, you're not in a rush, stay for the ribbon cutting, stay for the photo on the trail. It will be something that is amazing in years to come. Whether it's you look so great now and you'll be able to look back on it, or you can be able to say you were part of something really important for Walled Lake, Wixom, and Commerce Township. But thank you all.
Thanks, David. Next up is Mayor Kim Hinckley of Wixom.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I think it's pretty significant that we're all here today because so many of you that are here have had an impact on putting this trail together. Some people that aren't, that I would like to recognize. Tom Resnick, who's one of our Wixom City Council members. Tom was involved pretty significantly in acquiring the railroad and working with Co. and working with people on that railroad to make the acquisition and make the purchase. Nick Kennedy, our fellow council member here, is also had an impact on this. Nick was involved with helping with the gentleman from used to be on Michigan
Natural Resources Trust Fund,
yeah.
Bob Garner.
Bob Garner, yes. I wish Bob could have made it here. Nice guy. But Bob helped us in acquiring the grant that helped purchase a lot of the land along the Trailway and that. So that was a big thing for us, you know. And I think that when you look back and all the work that everybody's put in and the continued work that we're going to need to do along with the help that we got from Oakland County, and continued help that we get from Oakland County, I think it's kind of neat how we've been able to work together to do this. Wouldn't that be cool if they could do it in Washington that way? I mean, just 3 communities working together to get something done, and it's worked out really, really great, and it's going to continue to work out as we go forward. We got a lot of work to do still, and this is just somewhat of the, I don't want to say the beginning, but it's always not about the end, it's about the adventure to get there, and that's where we're at right now, is the adventure of getting there to the ultimate end. And I know that some of us will be, you know, coming, and some of us will be going, but we'll continue to have volunteers to work and people that have interest in the trail, and continue to get work from the county and assistance from the county. So it all works out great, and I think that David said it very well. Stick around for the ribbon cutting. I think it'll be worthwhile, and I know that as the trail moves forward and the work that has to be done, that we'll continue to work together and do a great job. So with that, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Next up is Mayor Linda Eckley of Walled Lake.
Kind of a hard act to follow with Dave Scott and Mayor Hinckley, but I too would like to thank everyone who has participated on this trail from the very beginning. Wall Lake is looking forward to being an active participant. I think it's going to be a great thing for our community. I think back to the public hearing that we had in Wall Lake and the people that showed up and the friends of the trail and the enthusiasm that was there. And one of our events, I had a chance to talk to our local bike enthusiast, Bob Palmer, and he really kind of gave me a pep talk and encouraged me on what the trail really means to a lot of people. And I'm even looking to buying a different bike myself so I can go down the trail. My little skinny wheels isn't going to make it. But I think thank you to everyone. You know, this is kind of like buying an old house. We finally bought it, and I think now our work is just beginning. But as the three communities work together with all the Friends of the Trail, I think we can do a great job. And everybody will be proud to come to Wall Lake, Wixom, and Commerce and see what we have. So thank you again, and let's do our ribbon cutting and we'll go forward.
Thank you, Mayor Eckley. And by the way, Mayor Eckley, I know somebody who might be able to help you with that bike purchase. If you want to, right behind you, happy to help you out there. Mike's a good guy. So anyway, also I wanted to say hi to Nancy Croupier. She's now here, and everybody, Nancy's last day is tomorrow. So I'd like to thank her for being such a great advocate for the trails, and she's really done a great job. So thanks, Nancy, for a great work. Okay, next up is Andrea LaFontaine from the Michigan Department of Natural Resources.
Good afternoon, everyone. If you can indulge me, I was given a script, and since I'm filling in for someone, I'm going to stick to it. Thank you for inviting me to be here with you today. The Michigan Department of Natural Resources is proud to be a partner in this project by providing financial support from the Michigan Natural Resource Trust Fund. The Trust Fund is truly something I get geeked about. I love hearing about all these projects throughout the state. So the program has funded acquisition and development of thousands of parks and trail projects throughout Michigan, which now exceeds over $1 billion in investment, which is pretty huge, in public lands. It really enhances the quality of life for Michigan residents and for visitors throughout the entire great state. Oakland County communities have been proactive participants in this program, successfully obtaining 156 grants from the trust fund since the project's inception. Over $81 million has been awarded in Oakland County alone. The Michigan Natural Resource Trust Fund provided $206,000 towards the Airline Trail acquisition. This acquisition includes over 5 miles of trail length from Haggerty Road west to Wixom Road to a total acreage exceeding 33 acres. Projects like this do not just happen. They take a considerable amount of time and effort by all parties involved. The DNR would like to congratulate Commerce, Walled Lake, and Wixom Trailway Management Council and their member communities for successfully completing this project from its initial concept, applying for, receiving grants, which we know can be a big hassle, especially when you're dealing with us, the state, and completing the property purchase. Once again, the DNR is proud to be a partner in this project, and we hope that it'll provide great recreation experience for residents of this community and many visitors to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. And then last but not least, I'd like to have Nick Kennedy come up, representing Congressman Dave Traut's office. And, maybe that's the congressman calling right now, but to just make sure. Is it okay?
It's not quite.
Okay, all right.
It's timing, man. Yeah.
Good afternoon. Like Andrea, I have a bit of a scripted thing, but first of all, I'd like to thank the leaders of our communities, Supervisor Scott, Mayor Ackley, and I already named you a congressman, Mayor Hinckley in the city of Wixom for following through and making sure this came to fruition. On behalf of the congressman, dear Mr. Hessler, it is my honor to congratulate the Michigan Airline Trailway Council on your recent land acquisition. transforming the former railroad company property into a trail that stretches through Commerce Township, Walled Lake, and Wixom will be a great asset to the area. Your future plans on a pedestrian bridge along the trail development and the surfacing will play an important role in the Great Lake to Lake Trail that spans our state. This is a position to enhance all our local businesses in each community along the way, as well as offering a variety of attractions. Thank you for everything that you are doing, and if our office can be of any assistance, please let us know. And again, thank you to you guys. Thank you very much.
Okay, that concludes the formal part of our presentation. Now we're going to go out and cut some ribbon. So. All right, let's do a countdown. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
David Scott, Commerce Township Supervisor. I'm so excited. The trail is going to be the gateway for commerce, Walled Lake, and the city of Wixom to expand growth, create a green space park where no green space park ever existed, and it's only going to be a benefit for decades. I look forward to all of you joining us on the trail.
LaFontaine. I'm a special advisor for Southeast Michigan. I work for the Michigan Department of Natural Resources. I'm filling in for Mary Carlock today, who's the grant coordinator for this region. And really, this ribbon cutting was an amazing ceremony. All of the locals and local elected officials came out in support of it, and we're starting to see at the state level how trails are really revolutionizing communities all throughout the state. It becomes a place where locals can gather, it becomes a connector from one community to another, and it helps really grow small businesses throughout communities. So it's a great win for everyone in the entire state, for visitors, for these communities alike. We're really excited to be here today and be a part of this.
Hi, my name is Kevin Hinckley. I am also the mayor of the city of Wixom. I've been mayor for over 10 years and on city council for 6. And I'd have to say that this project with the Michigan Trailway, probably, if I'm going to guess a little bit, that it's probably almost that old that we've been working on it. And I think what the unique thing about the Trailway is the economic development potential that it has, not only for Wixom, but for Walled Lake and Commerce, as it brings different people from around the state, and who knows, even from around the country, to be able to ride a trail, walk a trail from Lake Michigan to Lake Huron. So when it's all completely finished, that will be the total distance of the trail. But right now, our portion in Wixom and Walled Lake and Commerce stretches a little over 33 acres, and I think a little over 10 plus miles. Will certainly be a benefit to our communities and give more recreation to young people, older people, if they're going to be walking, or it's not just a bike trail. So it has a lot of inherent features, and as we continue to develop the trail and maintain it, because each community will have to maintain the trail, it will provide a wonderful, wonderful experience for many years to come. And I thank all those who've been involved, from the state of Michigan to the county and Walled Lake and Commerce and Wixom. Thank you.